The national average for a gallon of gas is $2.94. The average for a gallon of gas in California, $4.56. The tax and regulatory economy of California makes it virtually impossible for oil and gas companies to do business in the state. The Chevron refinery president has some better ideas for Gavin Newsom, and he spoke exclusively with Fox Business. Watch.
I'm quite worried actually about California. It's important to have reliable, affordable energy for people to live their lives. And I'm a little concerned about where California is going with their energy policy. We have to have a different environment. We have to be welcome. We have to have investment incentives to invest. We have to have some regulation go away. We need to be able to permit something in less than 2 or 3 years. It is a very difficult place to do business. There's a lot of regulation. There's a lot of bureaucrats. Permitting can take 3 years. It can be much more expensive to build a facility there.
And if things aren't bad enough in California, another major oil refinery is set to close later this year. So I've heard one person say, Taylor, that California is truly at a breaking point. Now, I've heard that before about California, and it's still there and it's still functioning. But do you think, do you think it's at a breaking point? Are we doing these stories because it's on the verge of a real collapse, or are they going to muddle through some way, somehow, like they have for the past several decades?
Muddle through, because California still is such a resilient economy. When you think about, I remember just driving from either the SFO airport or the San Jose airport, driving home to Merced, and you're passing
beautiful town.
Micron. You're just going, every headquarter is right there. And so you still get the sense that it is, for now, a community and a state that is so resilient and dynamic. But it would be, I think, wrong to assume that it will stay that way. We know that money goes where it's treated best. And we've certainly seen since COVID, people, CEOs, companies decide that they are no longer going to do that anymore. So I don't know if this is the breaking point, Brian, but you could put your tinfoil hat on and say, they keep squeezing people on gas prices. Maybe everyone will be forced to take that high-speed bullet train, and then that way you don't have to drive.
That train doesn't have any wheels or any tracks or any train cars. So you're not going to take that. You'd only be able to afford tinfoil hats in California.
Right. And the train doesn't go from Riverside to central Los Angeles, where people actually need to get to work.
Well, there you go. Okay, so Dagen, here you are. We'll get you in on this. What do you think? I'm going to get Jerry in on this, too.
No, you can go, Jerry.
Okay, fine, I'll go to Jerry. Jerry, Representative Kevin Kiley of California is tired of his state being unaffordable. He wants to pass a bill that would withhold federal highway funding for any states with a gas tax of more than 50 cents a gallon, which would include California.
At
what do you think about that?
61 cents a gallon.
That's what
California leads the charge with the highest gas taxes in the country. Look, here's what's going on in the background. What he would do with that money, by the way, I'm not really sure. But I think it's a good idea. It's a penalty. And why is it important? Because there are 30 military bases in the state of California. They all use oil and gas. Fuel for military operations across the country. DOD uses 93 million barrels a year. California needs to produce. And that's what Congressman Kevin Kiley is saying. Look, Valero is spending $1 billion to shut down.
Yeah.
Phillips 66 getting out too. So it's not like you can say, oh, we changed our mind, we're going to get right back in there. Doesn't work that way.
Spending money to shut down too, right? That's saying this is basically an impossible place to make money. If I'm going to pay to shut something down, that means that this is just not a good place to operate. That was what stuck out to me the most from what Andy Walls at Chevron was saying, was just very difficult place to do business. And you think about the companies, as Taylor was saying, that have started to move out of California over the last 5 or 6 years. Tesla, Palantir, Oracle, like Silicon Valley style companies, right, that used to only be in California. I'll go to Austin, Texas, right? Let's get out of California. And so I think that's not only because the companies are finding it hard, but also you need, these days, if you want people back in the office, you need to be in a place where people actually want to live, right? And if the state is too expensive to live in, maybe that's something some of these executives are hearing too. I mean, $5 for a gallon of gas when the national average is $3. I wouldn't be a happy employee.
Could be a lot higher if they keep losing refineries. Dagen, we talked yesterday about Mark Zuckerberg getting out of town, going to Florida. But you do make a good point that We talk about escaping California. It's not as easy to escape as some people paint it out to be. That's why they have a song called Hotel California, perhaps. Right. I don't know. Your thoughts?
For a multi-billionaire, it's not that easy because there are so many rules that you have to, and requirements you have to meet to actually avoid paying California taxes. But it's pretty easy for a business to cut bait and get out of Dodge. And the biggest problem that California is facing now, well, this is what's happened under, and we said California's at the breaking point. I'd just like to rephrase that and say Democrats and the left-wing lunatic climate crusaders like Gavin Newsom broke California and have broken the backs of working Californians with crushing, soaring gasoline prices. Because these oil companies and the regulations and the refiners have left, more refineries are closing. California is now importing from overseas the vast majority of oil into the state. So imports of foreign oil have soared and CO2 emissions are rising. That is what has happened in California. And in fact, California, at the end of the year, the legislature began trying to suspend requirements for cleaner summer, let the government suspend requirements for cleaner summer blends. The legislature is trying to pass, at the end of the year, legislation that would block lawsuits that challenge zoning changes in one particular county. So it was a decade of litigation under the environmental laws prevented these zoning changes. So they were actually, this climate crusade has completely backfired. And in fact, smog and pollution have gotten worse in California under Gavin Newsom. So Kevin Kiley is trying to fix this problem. Let the state sink under the weight of their own idiocy.
Yeah. Taylor. All right.
Hey, I got out.
Coming up.